is Rock and Roll Grad School with your hosts Heidi Hedquist and Luke Poling. When do they get to sing My Way?
Hello, kiddies. We are going to have a real good time together because today it is all about Fishbone.
Yes.
We are talking with Angelo Moore, lead singer, frontman extraordinaire, kind of
Yes.
the heartbeat behind the band for the length of the time that they've been.
Yeah.
And they have a lovely new record that is out this week.
It's a banging new record.
It really is. And it's called Stockholm Syndrome. And if that wasn't enough, both of us were able to see the band in our hometowns.
Yes.
And I will cede the floor to you to give your first take, since you are less than 24 hours fresh.
Yeah, I got to go last night, which was amazing. The show was phenomenal. The whole the whole show, like the whole all the bands were awesome. Obviously,
Mhm.
we were there for Fishbone, for Angelo. I was so excited and they killed it. I mean, Angelo like brought it, the whole band brought it. It felt like they were like personal friends, close personal friends, because obviously you can tell your story, but even just beyond that story, the way our interview occurred was like a dream come true because they were literally on the tour bus when we talked to them. So
Mhm.
with the Zoom, it felt like we were hanging out with them, which was great. And it's such a great conversation. Um, it was just packed.
The other
Gills, by the way.
the other thing I saw was kind of interesting was similar to other bands that we have talked to, where when they come out to open, the crowd sort of not everyone knows who they are, but by the end are just like, this band's great.
Yeah, no, not in Detroit.
I saw a ton of younger people like slowly be like, all right, these guys, this they get this.
Yeah, no, we all knew who they were.
Okay, well that's
And
lovely. I mean,
many people were there for them. And it was funny because I'd been to an event just before it, and one of the
was this soft sell?
well, no, that was the day
That was the
before.
night. Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
But I had a very busy weekend. So
Yeah,
I look like Joan Collins. Joan
I
Collins.
didn't say Joan Collins now. I just
I
said,
wish I looked like Joan Collins now. Joan Collins looks better than me now. Um, sh- she's like, wait, you're going to see Fishbone? And she's like, I want to go. Like, oh my God, I want to go. Like, she was so excited. She didn't even know they were touring, didn't know they were playing. And I'm like, well, come. I'm like, please, I'll get you a ticket. Like, I will buy you a ticket. Come, come,
yeah,
come. So,
you
uh,
racist piece of wait, what?
what?
And I said, you racist piece of no. I'm sorry,
Oh
what?
yeah.
Yeah.
Which would not have, that actually is really strange that you said that, considering the event I was at was all about racial injustice. So
I'm cutting
but
all of this out, but anyway.
yes. But so but no, the show was great. Every band was great. And there are very many ties to Detroit in that entire lineup of people, all four. So
Yeah, well, because Suicide Machines are from there.
yes, and I did not know that one of my friends that was with me, their brother was in a band that toured with them in the
Huh,
90s.
interesting.
And I did not know that the guy from Less Than Jake from Detroit as well.
Oh, very nice. And I am so jealous that you got to see Bite Me Bambi.
Okay, they're amazing. You're be doubly jealous because I bought the t-shirt. I was actually,
You rap.
I know, and I was gonna buy you one. They only had smalls.
I don't want a sympathy t-shirt.
I know, but I was gonna buy you one because after seeing them and how great and how fun they were and how cool they were and how just awesome they were, the whole time I was like, we have to become friends with them. We have to interview them. So I was like, I can buy you this t-shirt because um we will even though you didn't see them, we will meet them. So it won't be weird. Like,
Right,
a friend went to this concert and bought me this t-shirt of the band I didn't see.
right.
Um, but they only had smalls.
Mm. The other thing that I thought was super interesting, and I think it goes again to the age thing, but After the show, Angelo came out and was meeting folks and hanging out. And there were multiple people who brought like their child, being like, we went to 30 Fishbone shows in college. This is his first one. One guy had a tattoo on his ankle. And then there was another woman literally in tears saying, I have been waiting for 30 years to see you guys. I,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask her why she didn't have the internet, but that was another conversation, another
Wow.
time. Um,
I mean, we had
but
lots of little people, like little ones at our show. That was the thing that was fascinating. And we had
mm,
some pretty serious mosh pits going on with some not so young people in them,
mm,
including the 255-year-old gentleman I was at the show with.
interesting. They at the venue, the Fillmore in town, they had a big no moshing sign, but everyone started kind of skanking in the middle of the floor, and for all intensive purposes, it was a mosh pit. Hello, sir.
Oh,
Oh my God, this is the first one of the day too.
Oh, well, we'll try to be easy.
And we out here on the road
I love it.
on our way to where are we going, Rodney? Huh? Where are we going? We are going to Elk City, Oklahoma. Elk City,
Ooh.
Oklahoma.
All right. I guess you've been out on the road for a while if you can't remember where you're headed. It looks lovely. It's a nice day.
My
Spacious.
daughter right there, Cheyenne.
Hi.
Hi.
That's Rodney.
Hello.
Rodney is driving.
Hello, sir. Yeah.
You have no idea how you are making my dreams come true right now.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. What did I do?
No, it's amazing because we always talk about how, well, now I'm setting our bar too high and I'm going to ruin this interview in this one sentence because
Uh-oh, here we
we
go.
always fancy ourselves as if we want our conversations to be a little bit more like we're just hanging out on the bus and we're driving across the country and we're just hanging out. But in all the years we've done this show, this is our first interview where we are actually hanging out on the bus.
You are
It's true.
hanging out on the bus. Look at all this going by.
It's amazing.
I'm so excited.
Look at that. Look at this.
Yeah. It's
And it's
lovely.
amazing. We've got cows and everything.
Cows
Yeah.
and everything out there, man. All kind. We just left Albuquerque, New Mexico. We just left this casino on a
Amazing.
layover.
Oh,
Got to give the driver layover time.
So
Can
I
you
was
hear me
just
okay?
Yep. I was just telling Heidi when you came on, I've been out the past couple of days playing this record over and over again. It's
Oh, Stockholm Syndrome?
yeah, it's really, really fun. And it's great. Like I think like most Fishbone music, you listen to it and you're like, oh, this is great. I feel so upbeat. And then you start paying attention to the lyrics and you're like,
You
oh,
start paying attention. Yeah,
there's a
right.
whole couple
There's
layers
the whole
going on
buried
here.
treasure in there, right? That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole,
Yeah. And this is your first record in 20 years as Fishbone?
Oh, no, and not 20 years.
Not 20?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no, 09 was the last one, right?
Five.
Oh, 5?
Probably 5. Okay. No, wait a minute. It took 5 years to make the last record.
I'm going to just stop talking because I have no idea what the hell I'm talking
It
about,
took
clearly.
the last record that we did with Fat Mike. That one, that one took like 5 years to get done. And it's been since a couple of years since everything changed. And so, hey man, I really don't keep too much track. I don't keep track of this shit.
We don't either, obviously.
It's
Clearly, yeah.
I mean, I do, but when it comes to details, because I got to keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I can talk about things that happened in the past, but sometimes it gets difficult because I'm too busy trying to move forward. I can definitely talk about it because I was there.
Is this something that I know you put out a couple tracks late last year around the election? Is this something you've been working on this record for a while? And how long has some of this been in there? Because obviously there's a few tracks that allude to somebody.
It's a lot of these songs that were in formation during the last line of Fishbone.
Mm-hmm.
And when that whole transition happened, now into the new one, we still had a lot of those songs that we still had to finalize. Can't just be having some badass songs and just not manifesting because the other dude don't believe in it no more. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we had to do. We had to finish the record.
Oh yeah, they had to, those songs have to live.
Yeah, they
Those
gotta
songs-
live. Otherwise, you'll have some songs running around in your head all day. It becomes torture after a while. You gotta
Oh,
get
that
those
would be-
songs out of there.
Yeah, those songs definitely have to live. They have a lot to say.
Oh yeah.
A lot to say.
Oh yeah. And so we call it the Stockholm Syndrome because before the whole new lineup, before this whole new present lineup came into fruition, it was band was starting to break up. There was a lot of toxic energy going on. That's how come it became Fishbone Penitentiary. And so with that, with all the things that make something a penitentiary, it has nothing to do with the music or the fun or anything like that. Music and the fun is always there.
Yeah.
But sometimes there are a lot of misunderstandings and differences of opinions and pride, ego, dysfunction, abuse, stuff like that. And when that gets in the way to the point to where you can't manifest anything, then changes end up happening for the bigger picture.
Yeah.
That's so interesting because of the songs on the record and
But those
listening
guys, all those guys, we love them.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Just-
it's a brotherhood at
unfortunate
this
they
point.
It's unfortunate they couldn't be us here, but we definitely praising our captors in Fishbone Penitentiary, because if it wasn't for those guys, we wouldn't have all this wonderful music to play and still share and spread and share with the world.
Yeah.
And so we thank them for being there, for helping create all of what we created with the music and the legacy and everything else. And so now we're taking it further. I feel like I've been across the Serengeti and through the black hole and out the other side, still in one piece.
So
That's
is this
how-
sort of a,
That's how I feel now with this lineup and experience of Fishbone.
does it feel like a rebirth almost of the band, like a new chapter?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sure. Truly blessed, man. Blessed and thankful, full of gratitude, graciousness, and all of that. Because
I
a lot of bands or families don't get a second or third chance
No,
Yeah.
they don't. And they
or a
don't.
fourth one.
Well, in a band like yours that has so much,
Maybe this is the fifth one. Nah, it's probably the fourth one.
we don't count. We went to art
Yeah, we're not counting.
journalism school. Obviously, we proved early on we don't know how to count. So that part of Sesame Street, although I love the count, but I mean your band, the energetic pull and like vibe and all of it is so huge to have that chance and
The
connection.
only count in the city is the count that you start first. It's a whole crew of guys, a whole other crew of guys. You got Spacey T back. Spacey T was a part of the Special Forces, Fishbone Special Forces lined up at one point. And so he's back in the band now.
Amazing.
That's
Amazing.
a real big blessing right there.
That's huge.
Yes, we got Spacey T. He's badass. And then there's
Amazing.
Chris Dowd.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Hassan Hurd, who played drums with the Coup.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got J.S. John Smith, plays trumpet, and James on bass. And they both played with Blue Eyed Extinction, which is a band that played with us when we were out there on George Clinton Funkadelic tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep. So it's a blessing, man. Now
Did
we
it-
we managed to finish the record. Well, didn't take as long as the last one.
It's awesome.
It's amazing when you don't have that level of dysfunction or misunderstanding in the way it keeps finishing and manifesting the dream. I figured it needed to happen.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tried. I had everybody going to therapy, band therapy, and all that. I haven't had a drink since 2020.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And so lots of therapy and AA and some rehab in there, you know, it's helped me to sustain all of what's going on with Fishbone and sustain and last through the transitions that have been made.
Yeah.
Because it seems like those transitions for other bands have broken them. And yet Fishbone has been able to consistently reemerge. And in hearing you talk about it, there's a lot of gratitude in your voice as you're sort of that this is going on still, that you know, you got this group of guys together to make a record. Have you always had that sort of sense of this is the gratitude for it, that people are paying to hear the music, that people are digging the music, that it's just this cycle? Have you always had that, like, there but for the grace of God go I?
Yeah, there, but for the grace of God, go I under his eye.
About that, yeah.
Man, I just finished watching Handmaid's Tale, like all the way to the end.
Oh, you made it to the end.
Oh, I made it to the end. Oh shit. Woo, rough, man.
Well,
But you know what? Unconditional love, toleration, forgiveness, patience, strength, and grace, and sometimes none. As what has gotten me through it all and over the hump with Fishbone. Just, you know, letting the other guys go that I never thought I'd not I never thought I'd not be in the band with those guys. And now here the band it's got some people that are fully supportive of the dream. And they got a whole new fresh interpretation of the music, which is great too.
yeah.
Which has me relearning a bunch of stuff, even though I'm singing and playing the same parts. It's a different interpretation when you're playing with guys who they're just new to the soup, which is good. Then it makes me new to the soup in a way.
Yeah. It's got to be great hearing these new musicians and their pathway and journey into these songs that you know so well, and these sort of roads that you know can play.
Recreate myself, man. It forces you to recreate yourself,
Yeah,
that's for sure.
like it just continually, it's got to keep these songs alive for you and have you go, oh, this is not what we did then, but this is a different thing, and this is,
Yeah.
and it
It's
makes
a
you
different
think of,
thing, but it's the same thing, but it's a different thing because it's a different reinterpretation of it coming through a different filter of musician,
yeah,
you know, which makes me have to relearn it over again too. Even though I'm playing the same parts, which is good because everybody needs to be able to relearn and rebuild. You know, rebuild
yeah.
yourself. Nobody wants to do the same thing for the rest of their life.
No.
And the growth and the development's got to be great creatively too, as you're writing songs and you're doing this stuff, just like different ways of thinking of things, different ways of approaching things, that again, you've written songs for years and years, but again, this sort of like, all right, well, what can we do now with this? What can we take this band and what we can have them do? It's got to be great to just sort of, in that regard, the upside to having
Yeah,
a bunch of new players.
we got a lot. We got together in Oakland. Zach Domich's place up there. Zach, he had a warehouse and a rehearsal space with a movie screen, and you know, a really good place for pre-production, Fishbone pre-production on the record. And so we have relocated to Northern California for a while from Los Angeles. And then we get together the arrangements and stuff like that. And then we had to go into the studio, which was Hyde Street Studios in San Francisco. That was right across the bridge from where we were, from Oakland.
Mhm.
And we go over there and we record. We shot a lot for a documentary too while we were recording. So we got a lot of it on film.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, got a lot of it on film. Yeah, that's good.
And how has the new stuff been going down as you're out on the road now? Are people getting
It's
it?
going good. We just came from France, man. We just toured in France
Mm-hmm.
for the whole last month. And let's see, like 2.5 weeks out of that last month, man, every show was sold out.
But
You guys are huge in Europe.
Yeah, it's really you know, it's a different flavor over there. It's more accepting of eclectic music.
mm-hmm. Yeah, they're ready,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So it's a little bit of different appreciation over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than a little.
we called it the Escape America tour.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, you were talking about the idea of Stockholm Syndrome, and that's why you called the record that. But listening to the songs, I was thinking you were talking as a political stance, as we're right back where we were 4 years ago, and everyone seems to have forgotten that things didn't go great previously.
Oh, that.
That's what I thought.
Well, we definitely do address a lot of shit that's going, like racist piece of shit, Last Call in America.
Mm-hmm. Which is
Those are two songs that are directly aimed at that subject matter right there.
mm-hmm.
The Secret Police is about that too.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, man, need do I say, we in some really fucked up, stupid times right now.
Yeah.
You know, I write it in my poetry. I do it in the songs. I put it in the music. I got ads that I put out every once in a while that I make, and it's called Dr. Mad Bob's Black Observation on White Power in America. And I talk about a lot of this kind of shit that's going on in our government,
Mm-hmm.
about the white devil in the White House, you know, and
Yeah.
how it's not in everybody's best interest. You know, it's like the Joker, right? Everybody loves the Joker. The Joker's colorful, he's funny, he's ridiculous and absurd, kind of rude, but he's captured everybody's attention because the Joker is Trump is an entertainment. He's an entertainment factor. He's like one of the best entertainers around.
Yeah.
Just like the Joker. But you don't bring the Joker into your life. You keep him in the TV, or you keep him in the big top, where all the rest of the fantasy creatures are. You leave him there, and you enjoy it there. And when you go home, you leave that motherfucker in the circus or in the TV. But no, because America is a entertainment culture with TV and everything else, and you got Hollywood and all the entertainment shit going on. A lot of people can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality, and so they voted for the fantasy. And now that monster is in everybody's lives on the couch sitting next to him. Well, hell, you know, he ain't in my motherfucking life, but he's in a whole lot of other people's lives that thought he was going to bring the glory just by the way he was talking.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like it's a lot of musicians and artists' job to be able to enlighten people on what just fucking happened.
Yeah.
We always end up writing songs. I've written songs, man, 8 years ago, and they happen right now.
Yeah.
I put my ads up on Facebook. My Black Observation ads on Facebook, and then I got flagged for destructive material or destructive content or whatever. And so I got on Facebook and I said, Zuckerberg, you got on here and you told everybody that y'all ain't going to be scrutinizing everybody's speech and what they want to say. So why you gotta target my shit and put flags on my stuff? But everybody else gets to say what they want to say. When I start to say something, it's dangerous material, and so we're going to flag you and threaten to ban you from YouTube or Facebook. So I got to tell people to go to my Patreon page or my YouTube channel where they can see my opinions when it comes to this kind of stuff. But I got a shitload of it.
Yeah.
Have you seen, or do you think art can combat this sort of thing? What we're dealing with, the power of music, the power of art.
Because art and music and magic is a lot of fantasy as well. And it's also a doorway or preface for interpretation. You know, Trump uses his. He uses his unapologetically. Shit, musicians and artists and actors and people that can channel that fantasy factor, you should be able to do that too. You know?
Yeah.
Music, fantasy, art, it's all an open door for you to be able to, like, it's a conduit kind of thing, to where it opens up the door to a person's mind so you can receive different messages where sometimes you usually wouldn't.
Stockholm Syndrome, the new album by Fishbone, is available June 27th wherever you get your records. The band is on the road all summer, and for more information on the record and the tour, check out their website, fishbone.net.
Rock and Roll Grad School is produced by the Professional Production Company. Please be sure to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, because your impassioned review is just as honest as us standing backstage waiting to come back on for the encore. For more information, you can check out our website, rockandrollgradschool.com. And like everyone else, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Today's show was recorded and produced by Heidi Hedquist and myself from our world headquarters located on the second floor of the professional office building, centrally located downtown. Our reluctant executive producers are John Sauvé and Sandy Stone. Our willing executive producers are Rachel Allen and Randy Jeanette. Our intern is Zach Jackson. This one's for Philippe. Thanks for joining us. Good night, drive safe, and may all your favorite bands stay together.